Alright, welcome back to the Apothecary Diaries, Anime Review, Episode number 4. We're here discussing episode 13 and 16 of the series. From what I can tell, basically, I looked this up. Apparently, 13 starts up the adaptation of Book 2 of the light novels. So, simply put, Momo is basically rehired. Well, kind of by the palace, but not to work. Well, we'll get to that. So she got a bunch of stuff from the courtesans, and she puts makeup on, and then she puts it goes into a carriage, and presumably she thinks she's going back to the rear palace. Nope, she is not. She's going to the outer palace, which is a bigger area. Seems like it's like a whole town surrounding the main palace itself. Apparently, where she works is referred to as the inner palace. This is simply where the military officers are. Okay, so basically she works as GC's personal attendant in a way, basically cleaning and of course solving her usual puzzles. We do see the courtesans in the 14th episode. They're there for one scene and they don't do very much. As a matter of fact, I don't think any of the courtesans actually speak in the episode itself. Yeah. They're just here because they have a brand new pure courtesan, concubine, the new pure concubine introduced in the 14. So in 13, basically, you just have, Momo. But we're also introduced to a character by the name of, if I can find him here, because he's voiced by Rika Vajaro. Yes. A brand new character who does play a role in this series. If I can find him here. Locken. Yes. We see him constantly in these episodes, and I can interact with Jishin to episode actually, that's episode 16. So basically, she's given a new room. And she meets up with the new attendant of Jishi's, an older lady who is basically kind of a secretary. You like this? Interesting. Yes. So you can think of basically 13 is the start of a new era for the thing. Because just new characters, the court ladies are jealous. It's kind of in a way, there's no real mystery introduced. In the case of 13, it's just basically just a new era. So then, of course, in 14, because of course of Geiko Listen's recommendation, she's become the teacher of the concubines, because they introduce a brand new concubine here by the name of Lowen, and the serve the emperor, and give much advice. The two concubines recommended her, enjoyed the whole lecture that she gave. The pure consort basically got embarrassed by it. The virtuous consort, the pure consort, she just couldn't give a damn. She doesn't say anything the whole episode. She's got an interesting look with her. As for the emperor will sleep with her, I don't know. But another episode, no real puzzle here. Well, there kind of is a puzzle, basically, because during the night, an explosion happens at a warehouse. She tries to think, maybe investigate. Nah, she probably thinks the old lady by scolded for it, so she goes back to sleep. And it turns out this place was actually blew up by a pipe smoked by one of the officers, which apparently this was shown given to him by some other person. So they actually do investigate this, and just by sheer coincidence, that Momo just happens to run into this area and run into the officer who basically she got introduced to the courtesans in her hometown. Yep. So after some scientific stuff explaining how the explosion happened with the flower, of course, also the guy told Soul to back off, and of course the other guy with him did hear him. But the other guy didn't, and well, his hair near caught on fire because of it. But they put it out, and, well, as the sponsors, well, they think it's one of the soldiers, they move on. So, not much mystery with this one. But in the case of 15, this one basically is investigating a possible food poisoning. Similar to what happened apparently 10 years from the series, all about pufferfish per se. It turns out the whole thing was actually due to, and I've never eaten this before, but this probably is a delicacy in China. So the guy likes seaweed, despite the fact that it's a winter vegetable. Apparently he is fed seaweed, apparently from the wrong area, because apparently it's given the south, from the south where they are, so the usual place. And the guy told me they think it was pufferfish. Nope, it was a seaweed. Simple as that. 16 is a little more interesting. Basically, that this was basically an outside thing, going to some craftsman's house because this big craftsman passed away, and he didn't leave the secret of the will, like how to pass on the talents. They're introduced to his warehouse, which of course basically has like this specific room. Now each of the three sons of something. The oldest son is of the shed, the middle son is of basically a dresser with locks apparently don't work, and the youngest son is of a fishbowl. And everybody sits a particular way, and of course, there's something about this table and like where it's shining. So basically what she does is that she borrows the fishbowl from the younger son to explain all this up, basically about the talent. So the talent thing basically is a reason for it. So she puts the symbol right in front of the keyhole, but then of course she fills with water. No goldfish basically, because apparently they haven't had one in there in 7 years. So, and then it points a beam of light at the keyhole that the middle son tried to open but wasn't open. And then she told him, try again. And they opened like, oh, there's a key. And then use the key to unlock the actual, the other top drawers. Nothing the bottom drawers per se. Yeah, the bottom drawers, they don't say what's in those drawers at all. So basically, it turns out of three sons, the youngest actually inherited the talent to make the craftsman stuff, and apparently the middle son is good at making good relationships, making friends, and the other one is basically about, well, doing paperwork, kind of, in a way. So it's decided these three work together in three different aspects of the business. The youngest son works on the actual product of the business. The oldest son works the bookkeeping, which that's where his talent lies, and as the middle son, he basically gets to get the clients. Which, yeah, pretty smart idea. And also the fact that the guy giving this recommendation, this case, was actually the strategist, and hence he might know Momo. He doesn't say anything Momo, but he mentioned about quarters in, he basically courted, and he actually tried to buy her. Really interesting stuff here. It's like a lot of setup here. Unlike in the previous set episodes, which basically had these good interesting cases, like the case sub at the end of the episode, this one particularly just has some standalone stuff, like some little bit of world building, but very, very much contained. Though the episode does end, episode 16 ends with Joshine asking Momo to apply makeup to him. By the way, the thing had started out with a very interesting scene with the Emperor sharing a scene with Joshine. And he's wearing the same outfit as the Emperor, except different color. I'm like, that's interesting. Yep. But all in all, 4 really good episodes. Thoroughly enjoyed this, and have roughly 8 more to go. Once that's done, it's back to this. Yep. So yeah, that is pretty much it for particular review. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications. Well, before I end it here, there's also a investigator in 1516 who I think his name is Boshin, I believe his name is. He does play a small role in helping Momo investigate the 2 investigations in 1516, which, interesting enough, basically as it is. So I like new characters introduced here. Also, Momo gets slapped by the court ladies because the fact of her closeness to Well, and of course, basically, she does point out, though, she has the same assets they do, namely, big chest. Yep, she easily points out about the big chest, because that's a thing. So there's that. So that is definitely it. I had to mention that because otherwise some people are like, wait, why didn't you mention this? Well, I probably slipped up when it comes to that. Sorry. But that's kind of the 4-episode nutshell. So that's pretty much it here. Next time, a Comic Corner, and then it's on to I'm the Evil Lord of Intergalactic Empire. Okay, thanks, Theo. Bye.